Good evening, everyone. My name is Marisa Strahlendorf. I hope you're all doing well during this time of uncertainty. I hope you're all hanging in there. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you about something that I'm very passionate about, something that is near and dear to my heart. I'm going to talk to you about the band Phish. Some of you may remember I spoke a little bit about the lead singer, Trey Anastasio of Phish, during our first speech, our commencement keynote speaker speech. So now I'm going to tell you about the band. Well, Phish is an American rock band from Burlington, Vermont. They are all students from the University of Vermont. In 1983, Trey Anastasio, John Fishman, and Mike Gordon were all attending the University of Vermont. They formed a band and began playing on-campus shows. By the fall of 1984, Phish had assembled their first demo tape. They started to play some off-campus shows. It was at Goddard College Spring Fest in 1985 where keyboardist Paige McConnell joined the band. The roster was now complete. The band now consisted of Trey Anastasio on guitar, Paige McConnell on keyboards, John Fishman on drums, and Mike Gordon on the bass. John Fishman has also been known to play an Electrolux vacuum cleaner. He also wears a red and blue polka dot muumuu. The band says this is good luck, and he wears this to every show. Phish still has all four original band members, still 34 years later. During the early 90s, Phish emerged as heirs to the Grateful Dead's throne. Although their music was somewhat similar to the Dead sound, Phish focused more on jazz-derived improvisation than folk tradition like the Dead did. Phish was also looser and goofier. Again, the drummer played a vacuum cleaner sometimes. The band did not concentrate on albums. Instead, they dedicated themselves to live shows. I attended my first Phish show in the summer of '95. The show was at Great Woods in Mansfield, Massachusetts. I remember being in awe. I wanted to be a part of that. It was so great. In the summer of 1996, Phish held their first festival called the Clifford Ball. 78,000 fans camped out for 3 days at an Air Force base in Plattsburgh, New York. They had no idea how many fans were going to come. The festival grounds had carnival rides, stilt walkers, jugglers, scores of food vendors, and even a general store. Gliders and other aerial vehicles, including 2 planes that carried banners with silly sayings such as, "Help, we're out of fuel, we're not kidding," could be seen flying all over the festival grounds. Phish played 3 sets and an encore over each of the nights. They even had a village on a hill that they had constructed. Phish is all about things for their fans. They want you to be able to walk through things, see stuff, very visual, very artistic. Phish even brought local Vermonters Ben and Jerry up on stage. You may have had their ice cream named Phish Food that they named lovingly after the band Phish. According to Phish.net, the audience was 4 times the size of hosting Clinton County and temporarily made Plattsburgh the 9th largest city in New York State during this festival. I was lucky enough to be a part of this. My friend and I actually saw Mike Gordon, the bass player. He was riding around on a golf cart during the day, during the show, and we were struggling to put our tent up, and he stopped and helped us. Festivals became almost a yearly tradition for Phish. The most memorable would have to be Big Cypress. To celebrate the new millennium, Phish hosted a 2-day outdoor festival at the Big Cypress Indian Reservation in Florida in December of 1999. During this show, Phish played continuously from 11:35 p.m. until sunrise on January 1st, Now that's non-stop. It was approximately 8 hours that they played. The band's performance of the song Heavy Things at the festival was broadcast as part of Peter Jennings' 2000 Today Millennium coverage. That gave the band the biggest TV audience up until that point. 80,000 people attended the 2-day event. In 2017, Rolling Stone named the Big Cypress Festival one of the 50 greatest concerts in the last 50 years. On May 25th, 2004, frontman Trey Anastasio announced on Phish's website that the band was breaking up after their summer tour. Trey simply stated that he feels the band has accomplished all that they can accomplish together. Following the breakup, the band members all remained amicable. Trey felt that why not end it on a high note? All members focused on various side projects. On October 1st, 2008, Phish announced on Phish.com that they have officially reunited. They held 3 epic reunion shows in Hampton, Virginia in March of 2009. They were back. The hiatus was over. 2015 included a coast-to-coast summer tour. Phish also had their 10th festival called Magnaball. This festival was equipped with its own radio station called The Bunny. Phish's label Jemp Records even had a record store on site that sold various Phish vinyls. You were invited to step inside Studio X for some yoga and an adult scavenger hunt. Phish even had a USPS official post office station so you could mail back all your Phish memorabilia back home so you didn't have to travel back home with it. It sure was a blast. Daily newspapers were given out as well. They featured various recipes to try at your campsites. In 2017, Phish played a 13-night concert residency at Madison Square Garden. They called this the Baker's Dozen. You may remember telling you a little bit about this. Each night was a different themed donut. Federal Donuts from Philadelphia provided donuts to all the audience members when you walked in. Each night there was a different flavor. Phish did not play a single repeat over those 13 nights. I attended the Jimmy's night. Phish played some songs they had that featured the name Jim, such as their song called Runaway Jim, and they even played some Jimi Hendrix covers. It was all Jims for Jimmy's. Phish has also been known to play what they call musical costumes. These are Halloween shows where they play another band's album in its entirety during the second set. The band keeps the band that they're covering a secret, and you do not know until you walk in the doors there. When you arrive at the show, they give you what they call a Phish bill, and that's their play on the playbill. And that's when you find out what the secret is, what band they will be covering. They have covered the Rolling Stones, David Bowie, and even Disney's Chilling, Thrilling Sounds of the Haunted House. In January of 2020, Phish announced a 27-date tour. I purchased tickets for 3 nights in Atlantic City on the beach in August. It was actually earlier today that the announcement was made that summer tour has been postponed. Luckily, they are honoring the same dates in 2021 now. Now, Phish, to me, is so much more than just music. Phish is a sense of community. Phish is a sense of belonging. People travel from all over the country to attend multiple nights to come see them. Phish has never played the same set twice in their over 30 years, ever. Unlike other bands that are playing their latest album and you hear the same set every night. So who wants to go see a bunch of those shows? I highly suggest you all give them a listen. They may just change your life like they have changed mine. Now, I would like to show you some of the things that I was telling you about. These are the Phish playbills. This one is the Disney's the Chilling, Thrilling Songs of the Haunted House. And then you open it and they just have some articles about everything. Pretty cool. This is another, they did David Bowie out in Vegas. Another fish bill. This is the newspaper that I was talking about. This was from the festival Magnaball. And each day they'll hand these out. There's a festival map inside. All the festivals have Ferris wheels. They actually set the model for the modern day American festival that you all see now. And inside these, there's a lot of stuff on here. Here's the recipes down here. These are the wristbands you get at the festivals. This was Curveball Festival. On New Year's Eve, stuff falls from the ceiling. Little mementos. These are little stress balls, raindrops. This was one year. They did their New Year's musical gag was petrichor, which means the smell of the earth when it's about to rain. And they did all sorts of theatrical things. It was really cool. You can check that out on YouTube. This was another year. These are air fresheners that say this is what space smells like. Bish 2018. This is a cup from the Baker's Dozen. It just says Fish Baker's Dozen. It's kind of old and worn off. Another Fish New Year's Eve, Madison Square Garden. This is a curveball map. This is the bunny that I was talking about. They always have this radio station at their festivals where you can, tune in on your way there, and you can listen all weekend at your campsite. And they broadcast the show live while it's going on. This is more of that. Again, the bunny. And it's just a lot of really cool stuff. The schedule will be inside there. Sorry, upside down. Again, another festival map with all the activities that they have. They have 5Ks. They really keep you entertained. They really go out of their way to make this a visual experience, an emotional experience, and it's just great. There's nothing else like it. Thank you so much. I hope you're all doing well. I hope to see you all soon. Thank you for listening to my speech.